listen. Yeah.
It's what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and happy Friday. It has been a wild week, all kinds of unexpected news. But yes, it's been a busy week. We have some more updates for you guys about this gambling scandal today in the NBA with the mafia and all of that. From what we know thus far, 34 people arrested. And some people are not believing that this is possible. And so we'll give you the details that we do know. Also, Nicole Mikhael is going to be joining us. And if you don't know who she is a breast cancer survivor. But what's unusual is that she found out when she was 26 years old and had a double mastectomy. And she has a story that she needs to tell. And then I'm sure if anybody can relate to this, they're going to be really interested in hearing what she has to say. But it's also a wake-up call for everybody to make sure we take care of ourselves. All right, well, let's get the show started with some love and some positivity. Man, I got to shine a light on somebody that I read about. I read this story on the Greene. And this young lady has invented something that I cannot wait to try. We'll talk about it. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. And listen up. I want to shine a light on these two Black Harvard alumni. They have invented a hair braiding robot that could be a game changer for a lot of us that get braids all the time. Yinka Ogunbiyi and David Afolabi took home the $75,000 grand prize. In this category, they won the President's Innovation Challenge Award. And basically, this is what Halo Braid, their invention, does.
Imagine if every time you got your hair cut, it took 6 hours, cost $200 to $300, and gave your hairstylist arthritis at age 29. This is what it's like to get your hair braided. Hair braiding is now the most popular hairstyle for 20 million Americans. That's why we're building Halo Braid, the first patent-pending hair braiding robot that saves time for stylists and their clients. Stylists start the braid, Halo finishes it, and we reduce braiding time from hours to minutes.
I love it. It's going to be at 5 times the speed, so you can expand your business. And it is hard on people's hands, and also using the products and touching the braid and all of that. I've seen people's hands all messed up. So I love that she's going to be opening up a salon in Boston to test all of this out. Now, Danielle, who do you want to shine a light on?
I would like to shine a light on myself, because I have started a water drive in Nashville with my church. And it's basically where I go spread love in Nashville and donate water to local band programs. So far, I did 4 schools, and I've donated 40 bottles of water to each, 10 cases of 40 bottles of water to each school.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. That's great. Things that we need.
Thank you.
What made you decide to do that?
Well, honestly, because I listen to your show on the way to school every morning, and you're always talking about positivity, but you're all the way in New York, and I thought, well, let me spread some positivity down here in Nashville.
That made me feel so good. Thank you so much. I love that. Thank you.
No problem. Tell me not to hi.
He
He's not that bad.
He did just say hi to you in his own way. All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. Thank you.
Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. Just in case you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message and shine a light that way. And when we come back, let's talk about Kim Kardashian. She has a big announcement. And in addition to that, let's talk about Love is Blind Denver. If you've been watching that show, they have actually made history this last season. We'll tell you why. It's Way Up.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
All right, and Love is Blind Denver has made history after the season finale. This is a bit of a spoiler alert in case you don't watch the show, but this is the first time ever, and people have said for a long time that Denver struggles with their dating scene, that nobody is together at the end of the season. They're the first city featured on the show to have 0 couples together, according to Vulture. And so if you haven't been watching it, it's still entertaining to see what's going to happen, but they're talking about it everywhere now. So sorry if you haven't seen it, but, get with it, guys. All right, and Kim Kardashian is saying she will be a qualified attorney in 2 weeks' time and that she really wants to be a trial lawyer. Now, she shared her plans during her appearance on the Graham Norton Show. That's today. And she said she'll get her bar exam results within the next 2 weeks. She said, maybe in 10 years, I think I'll give up being Kim K and be a trial lawyer. That's what I really want. She has a few projects coming up. She filmed her first movie in January. We're hoping for a season 2 of All's Fair. She said, I always want to be growing, curious, and evolving, and I want to see where that takes me. So imagine hiring Kim Kardashian as your lawyer. Oh, Nick, you're looking crazy. You would do that?
I definitely would. I think I should win instantly.
Why?
It's Kim Kardashian.
That's the silly type of thinking that gets people locked up for life. I just want to...
I didn't say I'm smart.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
And hopefully nothing happens. Now, let's talk about Nightcap, Ocho Cinco, and Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe wanted to thank Ocho Cinco for really sticking by his side during a rough time. And I want to say, we don't even talk about this whole Shannon Sharpe case anymore. Like that whole situation, he's settled, the accusations against him. He just kept going business as usual. I don't know behind the scenes if this has had an effect on the money that he brings in, for other things and opportunities. But here's what he had to say.
I appreciate you, Ocho, because you're like, hey, when you text me, Unc, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to go through, we going through it. You ain't by yourself.
Hey, till the wheels fall the off.
There are so many people, Ocho and Joe,
where I'm going,
that used to call, that used to text.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from them since this happened.
Wow. I can imagine, though. People be on you, and when they think it's about to be over for you, they ignore you. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night, where we discuss what we did last night. Navy and I were at an event last night. Navy is Nick, by the way. He was DJing and I was, it was at my coffee shop, but we'll tell you about the artist who actually did a Q&A and performance. He's pretty amazing. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here and Navy's here.
Yes, sir.
So last night we both were at the same event, and this was at my coffee shop Cup. But Algie Smith had an intimate event to celebrate the release of his EP, Love Lost. And he actually performed a few songs, acoustic with just the guitar.
Electric. Actually,
electric?
Guitar. Yeah.
Okay. They called it an acoustic performance. Yeah. But anyway, it was a beautiful event. And I do want to say, if you don't know who Algie Smith is, he played Ralph Tresvant in the New Edition movie. He was in the movie Detroit. He's on Euphoria. He's in a new sports drama. So he's been in New York filming. It's a fight movie. It's called Fight 484, I think. And so he's one of the boxers. So he's been training for boxing and doing all of that. But in the midst of that, yesterday he had a discussion about his Love Lost EP. And there were certain things that they talked about last night as men, because they were like, they don't, and the host of it was Jojo Brim, and he was saying, we don't want this to be about toxic masculinity, but they were just being really honest about getting over a breakup.
Very vulnerable.
Being vulnerable. Algie Smith was talking about a breakup that was his fault, and the things that he did that kind of ruined the relationship.
A direct quote, he said, I'm trying to get under someone to get over someone else.
Yes. And that's and he was saying a lot of men do that, right? When you break up, you go to the strip club, you're throwing money, you're messing with other women. I do feel the difference between men and women in a breakup is usually that women take more time to get over things and men try to move on like quicker. And they try to immediately like go out with their friends, get effed up, go, date women, sleep with women, while women might be like crying, we're with our friends, we do a girls trip, we eat, pray, love, and that way we're more healed. Now, I'm not saying that across the board, but I do think that's a difference of how people get over things. And then men circle back because they never really truly scabbed up,
They always come back.
They always come back. All right. Well, anyway, along those notes, tell us a secret. Maybe there's something that you had going on when y'all had a little breakup. that you've never told anybody. Maybe you went through a little whole phase when that happened and you've never shared that with anyone. 800-292-5150 is a number. Remember, this is a no judgment zone, but we still want it to be juicy. You're anonymous. Call us up and tell us a secret. The number again is 800-292-5150. Tell us a secret. Make it good. Make it juicy. 800-292-5150.
Tell us your darkest secret. Call 800-292-5150. This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah. Way up.
Shh. This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
Woo, baby. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. It's a Friday. I feel like I swayed the people calling in today, but today, 800-292-5150. You are anonymous. It's a no judgment zone. What's up, anonymous caller? What's your secret?
I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
My ex did me so bad after 5 years. She cheated on me with a guy with a kid. Then she found out he had a kid and then tried to come back. So now I can't even look at women the same anymore.
Ooh. Well, you had one bad experience. I said it's not across the board. So what does that mean for you in relationships now?
Honestly, now, ever since then, I've just been using Hinge, just been doing my thing with the girls, and that's it. Do what you got to do and then move on.
You haven't fallen for anybody?
I can't. I just can't seem to trust them again after that.
How did you find out what happened with your ex? Like, how did you even know?
So, she actually posted on Facebook with the kid 2 days after we broke up.
Dang, so she had been doing that.
She's been doing that. That's what I'm saying. After 5 years, too?
Well, I'm sorry this happened to you, but thank you for sharing with us. But I do hope that you don't let her have the power to not let you move on, because that means she still has power over you.
Oh, you are right.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. You want to tell us a secret?
Yes, ma'am. So last year my ex-girlfriend cheated on me and I was so heartbroken. And I don't really like guys like that, but I left her, got with a guy, and I had a baby, like a revenge baby. I wound up getting pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
And so now me and the guy are together, but I drunk called my ex-girlfriend the other night because I really want to be back with her, but I can't be with her anymore because I had a baby.
Dang. You made a permanent decision.
Yeah, off my feelings. So
but I'm sure you love your baby.
I do love my baby. She is like the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't lie.
So aside from everything else and all the other drama that you had, would you cheat though?
No, because I don't really like that. That's so bad. I know how it feels, so I'm not.
So are you now only with men? Like that's it? You're back with men?
No, if me and him broke up, I would go get me another girlfriend. He knows that too.
Is that what you want?
I don't know.
All right. Well, good luck. At least you got a beautiful baby out of it.
I do. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling. Hey, anonymous caller, how you doing?
All is well. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You want to tell us a secret? Hey.
Yes, it ain't even no secret. I mean, it just...
All right.
So what happened was I was with my ex-fiance for 14 years. But, I proposed to her 3 years ago. Break up, go together, break up, on and off again. While we broke up, my cousin hit me up and asked could he have sex with my ex. What? I said, if she let you do it, go right ahead.
You got it.
Why this girl had sex with my cousin and got pregnant?
What? Well, you said go ahead.
Yeah, I did give him the okay, which I wasn't mad at. That just let me know she's that much more.
Okay, so you're mad at her even though you gave the go ahead to your cousin. Is your cousin still with her?
Hell no, he ain't with her. So me and her, it was like a toxic relationship because, when you break up, you be like, oh, I'm done with you. Blocking each other, calling each other block. She was like, she wanted to get back together. And I was like, I'm not going to get with you. You got a baby. And she ended up having a miscarriage. So that was the only way we got back together.
So you did get back together?
But no, we are not. We did get back together, but we are not together.
All right. So you did give it another chance. So why did y'all break up permanently?
3 years ago, she ended up, I'm working 2 full-time jobs. Trying to be a provider. We got kids and all and everything. Why this woman sitting up here cheat on me the day before Mother's Day?
All right, well, that was the end of it. You miss her?
No. I'm good friends with her.
I'm just asking.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for that advice for everybody listening.
For sure.
That was Tell Us a Secret, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, leave a message and tell your secret that way. When we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's start talking about these alleged gambling schemes. We told you there's been 34 people arrested so far. We'll give you the details that we know. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and yes, it is time for your Yee Tea, and we're going to talk about this gambling probe that has everybody shook right now, something we all did not expect. Portland Trail Blazers head coach and Basketball Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups, alongside Terry Rozier, who is a Miami Heat guard, and Damon Jones, who is a former NBA player, are among 34 people who have been indicted in connection with two separate federal gambling investigations. Just to be clear, these are two separate things. So what are they each accused of? Well, and by the way, Chauncey Billups coached the Trailblazers opening game on Wednesday night and then was arrested in Portland Thursday morning. You think, Navy, you think there's a reason why they waited for that type of timing? Like,
they definitely wanted to get the coverage of the opening of NBA season, to get all the attention on it, definitely.
Now, later on yesterday, that's when Rozier was arrested in Orlando. Both are going to be arraigned, by the way, in Brooklyn at a later date. And the scheme that Billups is being charged with is basically luring people in to participate in rigged poker games. That's when they have the opportunity to play alongside him, as well as Jones, who we also told you was arrested. And they said they would use their so-called face card to attract the quote-unquote fish to underground games in Miami, New York, Vegas, and the Hamptons that they had no chance of winning. There were allegedly rigged card shuffling machines, poker chip trays, and even special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards. In some instances, they had x-ray tables that reveal cards when they are placed face down. So that's what he's being charged with. And he is not charged in the indictment of Terry Rozier that's centered on sports betting. So according to this indictment, they're saying that basically they would tip off some of their co-conspirators about who was not going to be playing. Also, according to the indictment, Damon Jones, who was a friend of LeBron's, because LeBron's name came up in this, tried to get some non-public information and would sell that non-public information so that other people could bet on it. And so it would be like who's not playing or somebody's going to get out of the game or just things like that they had information. Now, a league source with knowledge of the situation told The Athletic that LeBron was unaware that Damon Jones was sharing any information about his playing status. So while he may have said things, he's not the person being charged.
Also, for context, the term face card is a code word for retired NBA players, as I read in the article.
All right. Well, a lot of people are weighing in on this. Here's what Shaq had to say.
I'm ashamed that those guys would put their families and their careers in jeopardy. There's an old saying in the hood, all money ain't good money. So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need?
You know, gambling's an addiction, though.
Definitely.
It's not always about just the money. That's why it's an addiction. But that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but we got it for you. You need to know. It's Way Up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to go under the radar. Man, now I saw this on the Neighborhood Talk, and then I had to go and do a deep dive. Donald Trump hosted a roundtable, and he had law enforcement and administration officials yesterday talking about the successes of the Homeland Security task forces. I mean, we've seen all the things that they've been doing, just rounding up people of color, and he's calling that successes, but he's talking about doing something that's been unprecedented. Here is what he had to say when talking about criminal cartels, foreign gangs.
Why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay?
I don't know if anybody in the room also thought that sounded crazy and that sounded an alarm, but imagine your president or whoever is working for him feels like somebody is a cartel member. Even if they don't know for sure that they are, they can just kill them. and then they can paint this narrative that this person was a cartel member. What did you think when you heard this, Navy?
It's concerning to me because it's like, where does the criteria, where does the slope end?
Where is due process?
Yeah.
Where is like making sure that you know, because this is just giving people power to kill people on
Right.
site because you feel that they're doing human trafficking or they're a member of a cartel. And I don't know, but I also know that there are people who are fleeing places because they are being forced to do things that they don't want to do by the cartel.
And where does it stop?
And so sometimes these people are also victims. You don't even know the full story on when you see somebody, so you can't just kill people. Like,
Right.
what is this becoming? And the fact that anyone is okay with this is wild to me. But anyway, that is your president. And this is the creation of the Homeland Security Task Forces that he established his first day back in office via executive order. It's called Protecting the American People from Invasion. That's the name of that. All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. Now we have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we have Nicole Mikhael joining us. Now, she has just an amazing story of resilience. She, at the age of 26, was diagnosed with breast cancer and had to have a double mastectomy. And she has, just agreed to be really transparent. She put up a post that went viral, and that's when she was able to really tell her story. So we want to make sure that she has an opportunity to tell it here. October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we can all make a difference. It's Way Up.
Ask me what I got.
The Way Up Mix kicks off at the top of the hour on Way Up with Angela Yee. Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for your Yee Tea. So Warren G was recently on Club Shay Shay. I love me some Warren G too. He had a great conversation. And one of the things that he talked about was that he thinks that Jay-Z should help out Damon Dash. Here's what he said.
If I was in Jay-Z position, he a billionaire. If I was a billionaire, I'd be like, look, take this. Now, if you lose that, then something ain't right.
You on your own.
You on your own.
Yeah.
But take this.
Yeah, and Dame Dash has been saying that he feels like the people that he helped effed him over. He said he wished he had an Eminem or a Dr. Dre who could have prevented him from getting blackballed. In this conversation, he also talked about going on vacation with Dr. Dre, the private jet, how everything was all laid out. He talked about his wife and how being together for so long has kept him grounded, how they make their marriage work. So definitely a must watch. All right, Barack and Michelle Obama have gotten some backlash because recently they were on Steven Spielberg's $250 million super yacht in Portofino, Italy. And according to the internet, they think that's irresponsible because of what these super yachts do to the climate. They're saying that the ultra wealthy's carbon heavy leisure habits are just frustrating, and that private jets and super yachts account for a disproportionate share of global pollution, and that comes from the top 1%. I'm doing my part, y'all. I took the train today. Okay, I have nothing to worry about. By the way, who here, if you got invited on a super yacht, would not go? Y'all would, okay, yeah. There's no morals in this room. And Michael B. Jordan is in talks to star in Miami Vice as Ricardo Tubbs, so we'll see if that happens. But they did first reveal this back in April that there was going to be a Miami Vice that's set for August 6, 2027. Any of y'all old enough to know what Miami Vice is? You do? Okay, good. Also, Johnny Depp is going to be starring in Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol at Paramount Pictures. That's not going to be out for quite some time, though, not until November 13th, 2026, if that deal closes. But, A Christmas Carol is one of the greatest Christmas stories ever. All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, it's also a Friday. There's some new music out today. I cannot wait to talk about it. It's actually a great day for music. People like Leon Thomas, Halle Bailey have new albums out today. Mac Miller has an anniversary edition album out. Can't wait to talk about it. It's Way Up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is fresh out of the studio. Brand new vibe. It's New Music Friday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and you know what day it is. Our favorite day, New Music Friday. All right, so we have a loaded day today. Dave, the boy who played the harp, is out today. That's a full album. Mac Miller, Good AM 10th Anniversary Edition album is out today. Miguel has a new album out today. It's also his birthday, his 40th birthday, and the album is called Chaos. This is his 5th studio album, 8 years after War and Leisure came out. Also, our guy, Leon Thomas, has an EP out today. It's called Folks, and here is his single, My Muse. Hit Boy and Alchemist have an album out. It's called Goldfish. Halle Belly has a new album out today. It's called Love or Something Like It, with some great features. By the way, all 15 tracks have all women collaborations, like Chloe, of course, Glorilla, her, and there's themes of heartbreak, self-discovery. It is her most personal work yet, and her first full-length project since dropping Angel back in 2023. Here is Bite Your Lip. Now, as far as singles, Megan Thee Stallion has a Lover Girl, and she is a Lover Girl. We've been seeing her out and about with her man, Klay Thompson. Also, T Grizzly and Rod Wave, a new single called Voicemail. Tyler has a new single out today called Chanel. This is the one, I guess, that Young Miami was beefing about. And Lobby Boys featuring Lola Brooke, New York Weekend. You know what it is. All right, well, that's your new music. Make sure you listen. Hit us up. Let us know what you're loving and what you're maybe not loving at Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Any question you have, of course, we got you. We're here to help.
You Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah.
When you can't go to your friends and family for advice, she got you. Call 800-292-5150 and ask Yee.
Here I go. Hey, everybody, accent.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number if you have any questions. I'm here to help you, and today I have Tiffany on the line. What's up, Tiffany?
Hey, Yee. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How you feeling?
I'm doing okay. A little conflicted, but I'm okay.
All right, I'm here for it. What's your question?
All right, Yee. So I have a best friend of 10 years, and recently I found out that she's been cheating on her fiance. Now, we all are friends. We met in college.
Okay.
And I feel bad because he's a really, really great guy. Like, he does so much for her. Again, I'm friends with the both of them. And I feel like I should say something to him, but I don't want to ruin their marriage or their potential marriage. So, like, what do I do?
I think all you can do in a situation like that is say something to her about it, about, are you sure you want to get married? You're cheating on him. I'm not comfortable with this. I'm friends with both of you. And if you plan to tell him, you should tell her that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to tell him because I don't like the way she's treating him. We had a conversation already, and she said she's going to stop, but she hasn't. So I'm going to tell him.
And, you know, be prepared for the fact that maybe they're still going to get married. I don't know if you have some evidence, because she could deny it if she's still going to keep on doing it anyway, and convince him that it's not true. And so just be prepared that this is definitely going to affect your friendships. But you have to know that.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you so much, Dee, for that. Because, again, I think that's a character flaw, and I'm prepared to lose her as a friend.
Okay.
Maybe me and him can date.
Because what if she denies it?
No, we talk through text. We have text messages.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. That's all. I want to make sure that you're protected in the situation, because he could still say, all right, and they could go through it and they could still end up getting married. And then she could say, I don't want you to be friends with her either now.
That's true, but she can't deny these text messages, so I'm ready.
All right. Well, there you have it. Tiffany, it sounds like you already knew what you was about to do. So.
Yeah, I did, but I wanted your advice.
Okay, that's it. I'm glad you got all your bases covered. You got the messages. You know, as a rule for me, I try not to get involved with things like that, but marriage is a big deal. And you already told her and confronted her about it, and you're friends with both of them, and you let her know, and she's still being deceitful. And my whole thing is when people are cheating and they get caught, don't be mad at the person that told. Be mad at yourself.
Be mad at yourself. And again, we are all friends. We all went to college together and grew up together, hang out. So she's putting me in a really bad position.
Right. If she wanted to cheat and be low, you shouldn't have been involved, to know about it.
Okay. Period. Thank you.
All right. No problem, Tiffany. See, y'all better stop cheating out there. Well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could leave a message and ask your question that way. And when we come back, Nicole Mikhael is going to be joining us. You know, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. She is a survivor. She found out at the age of 26 and went through a lot mentally and physically. We'll talk to her about it. It's Way Up.
Yeah, let's go.
Turn me up. Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and today we have an amazing special conversation with an amazing special young woman, Nicole Mikhael. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. The honor is mine.
Now, you are an entrepreneur, but I feel like your entrepreneurial spirit, a lot of that came from things that you've been through in your life. And in particular, first we want to talk about breast cancer because you were actually diagnosed with breast cancer at a really young age.
Yeah, I was diagnosed at 26 and I went against the textbook. No doctor would ever tell me like, hey, you know, you're 26 now, do your self-breast exam. It was me just putting
lotion on.
Too much lotion. And I was like, where else can I rub myself? So I rubbed my breasts.
That's fine.
My titties.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. You say titties.
Okay, I rubbed my titties. And I think that like if my hands weren't lubricated from the lotion, I don't think that I would have been able to feel the tumor underneath. And initially I ran down to my mom and I was like, I feel something. But when you're 26, it's like, it's probably just close to your period. You know, this happens. Your breast will form these little lumps, but it's nothing to be worried about. And because I know in my family history of my mom having breast cancer, I was always like aware of my body, especially my breast. And so I just trusted my gut and I was like, let me just get this checked out just in case. And like with my luck, it ended up being breast cancer. The doctors told me, you know, the shape of it is not suspicious, the size of it is really small, like it's nothing to be concerned about. Cancer isn't an option for you because you're young.
Even though they knew about your family history. Okay.
And so I did the lumpectomy, and even when the breast oncologist removed the mass, she still gave me the green light. Like,
wow,
you're good. The shape of it isn't suspicious. I'm not worried. Cancer isn't an option for you. I was like, okay.
Just because of your age?
Because of my age. A week later, I went in for my follow-up appointment, which was just to make sure that the incision was healing, and it was. Everything was fine. But that day, I knew when the doctor came in that, like, if she had blinked a couple more times, the tears would start coming out of her eyes because her eyes were filled with water, because she had to go back on her word and say, hey, actually, pathology came back as stage 1 breast cancer. And in that moment, I would have thought I'd be, like, dramatic and crying and over the top, but I kind of was numb to it, and I was like, okay, like, what's the plan? Like, what do I do next? Like, what do I do? And so 2 weeks later, I went in for a double mastectomy, and I didn't have any time to think about it.
Okay, I was going to ask you, did they recommend that, or was that something that you said, I'm going to get a double mastectomy just to err always on the side of caution?
I had to do it.
You
because
had to.
I had breast cancer.
Okay. Nicole, I do want to commend you for really advocating for yourself and being proactive.
Thank
because
you.
most people in their 20s, let alone even my age, they're not being really proactive about going to the doctor. Oh, I felt a lump. Well, even though everyone keeps telling me it's nothing, let me go get it checked out. Like all of those things with so many people reassuring you, thinking about your age, you were definitely proactive in making sure that you took the steps that you needed to take just to err on the side of caution.
Right. I was like advocating for myself at one point. And even if I had like called a breast center and said, hey, I found a lump, I want to do a mammogram, they're not going to give me that appointment because your breasts are too dense at 26. So like that's another misconception.
I didn't even know that.
But there's breast ultrasound, like I talked about, that's super painless. It's no different than when you're pregnant. The same jelly, same machine, like easy breezy. And then a breast MRI with contrast is like the most effective. But with mammograms, especially for younger women, it's not effective because your breasts are too dense, and so it won't pick up on it sometimes.
Nicole, were you in a relationship during this time?
So when I was going through this, I wasn't in a relationship, and I was cool with it. When I was going through this and saw my body changing, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be single forever. Like, this is it. I don't want to have that conversation with any man to be like, you know, I have scars, or I don't have a nipple, and I have nipple reconstruction and a tattoo. So I was cool with being single. My business was booming. I was happy. I was healthy. I wasn't looking or anything.
How many surgeries did you have?
I had 7 in 1 year.
7 surgeries in 1 year.
Yeah, but back to your original question. So I did end up meeting somebody unexpectedly. And then like the biggest plot twist is that like we're next door neighbors.
Oh my gosh.
And so then, like, when I did meet him, I never had to have that conversation of like, hey, I had cancer and, you know, whatever, because he had heard about the girl next door who just beat cancer. But I think he had like a vision of what I would look like, because usually when people think of cancer, they think of somebody bald and like no lashes or brows or hair or anything. So like, and I didn't look sick. And I think that's like the biggest, that's why I want to have this conversation, to kind of reconstruct the stereotype of breast cancer, because I feel like it's considered an older woman's disease and people think you're supposed to look a certain way, but cancer doesn't discriminate. No one's invincible. It can happen to anyone. And so I did end up dating, thank God, because he definitely served his purpose in my life post cancer, and he definitely healed me in a way that like nobody else could.
That's amazing.
I would lock the door, taking a shower, like changing my clothes, and it got to a point he's like, why do you keep locking the door? And so when I told him, he like couldn't have handled it any better. He didn't care. He wasn't fazed by my scars, and he's like, I love them. And he really, point in my recovery, like where I didn't finish reconstruction on the nipple, he could have easily been like, this is a little too much for me to look at, like, you know, maybe keep the lights off for a little bit or anything. But he loved it. He loved it, and thank God, or else I would be in therapy for a whole other reason.
I bet a whole lot of guys watching this right now would love it too.
Yeah.
What is the difference now? We talked about this before we started the conversation on air, the difference between reconstruction and cosmetic. And
so when you have an augmentation, they're opening you up and popping in an implant. Done. With reconstruction, you are essentially getting amputated from the inside out. So I don't have any breast tissue. It's just skin and implant. So when you just have skin and implant, there's other things that pop up where you'll have like indentation because there's no more breast tissue. So then I had to do, this is gonna sound lipo because I'm not overweight, but like I had to do lipo, not because I'm like, oh, let me lose some weight. It's because I needed that fat to
put
fill
there.
in the empty pockets. And then like even with the nipple, when they gave me my first nipple, that nipple was gangster. It was like in a tear shape. That nipple was not correct at all. And so I had to,
I can see you starting a gangster nipple.
Maybe, you know, somebody out there has to have like a nipple fetish or scars or whatever.
All right. Well, normally you would have last word when we come back. Instead, Nicole Mikhael is going to have the last word. She is a breast cancer survivor, and she not only has survived, but she's also telling her story, spreading awareness. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, tell me about the Mikhael battle.
So I think right before we started this, you had asked like if insurance had covered my surgery. But while I was recovering, I started making these little like succulent arrangements that I was planting inside of crystals. And it was a complete hobby. It was just like a thank you gift for anyone that would come to the house, just to say like, here, I made this for you. And it was also keeping me sane because I couldn't do anything like raise my arms or, you know, just simple tasks like pumping down on a soap dispenser I couldn't do because it would hurt my chest. Like,
for how long?
A long time. I would say like a year, like raising my arms. I had to wear like zip up jackets or something really oversized where I wouldn't have to raise my arms because
things we would never think about.
Never think about. Like I didn't know how much you use your chest until you go do something and you're like, wait a second, that doesn't feel right, or that hurt. And so I started making these arrangements, and then this girl that I ended up becoming friends with, Jen, she posted my crystals, and I didn't even have a name for the company. I didn't know how to ship these. Like this was a complete hobby. This was just for like friends and family. And it ended up blowing up, and Khloe Kardashian had asked for crystals, and so I dropped off like 14 crystals for all of them, from Chris to all her kids to her grandkids. Like everybody had a set of crystals. And I was so grateful that they were even interested, because I was like, okay, must be, you know, this might be cool. I've gone used to looking at these, but they like them. So I dropped them off to Chloe's, and they didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, I'm not expecting her to post because I can't afford her. Like, there's no way.
Right, you can't afford to pay that.
No, but the fact that they even wanted my crystals was good enough for me. I wasn't tripping on a post. And then 2 weeks later, like the night before, my surgery was Tuesday morning. The night before my surgery, she randomly posted me. And it was like a monochromatic tag, like really small in the corner, but her fans are so loyal that they found me. And in that 24 hours that I was up on her page, she completely sold me out and answered all my prayers. She really blessed me because like reconstructive surgeries are a lot more expensive than augmentation. Because like I said, augmentation, you're just popping an implant, but with reconstruction, you're actually reconstructing
And
a
insurance
breast.
does not cover that?
It did not cover it.
That's wild to me.
I know. It's considered elective and cosmetic. So they covered the double mastectomy.
Wow.
But then when Chloe posted me and sold me out, I was like, God
Now I
bless
can-
her for life, because she covered my surgery, the surgery before, and the surgery before. But again, I like leaned on my friends and I pulled through. But just to go off to say that, like, you know, be kind to people. You don't know
what somebody's
people
going
are
through.
going through.
Nicole, Mikhael, how can people find you if they want to reach out, book you, perhaps?
I guess just on social media. I'm Nicole Mikhael on all platforms. So I guess slide in the DM.
Not that way.
What do they want? Like my email address?
No, that's fine.
Oh,
social media, that's fine.
social
What about
media.
if they do want to ask you out? That too?
No.
Okay.
I'm not looking. I'm not trying. I'm
That's when
so
you find
good.
somebody. Okay.
No.
Well, thank you so much to Nicole Mikhael for joining us. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. She's beautiful to look at too, so make sure you check it out. Nick will tell you, our Nick who's up here producing the show. Anyway, you guys have a great and safe weekend. I'm headed out to Detroit now for the Detroit Business Symposium, and be safe. I will see you on Monday.
Going way up with Angela Yee.